If you clicked on this video because you want broader shoulders, a stronger V-taper, and that aesthetic upper body that instantly stands out even in a t-shirt, then stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your shoulders might still look flat no matter how hard you train, and more importantly, you'll have 3 science-based fixes that can completely change the way your physique looks. The best part is that these are not complicated bodybuilding secrets or fancy exercises only pros can do. They're simple movements almost anyone can start using immediately, but the difference comes from doing them the right way, understanding why they work, and applying them consistently. And once you do that, your frame starts changing in a way people actually notice. Think about this for a second. You've probably seen huge bodybuilders before. Massive arms, giant chest, thick legs, insane strength. But then you look at certain actors or fitness models and somehow they still appear more attractive, more balanced, and more aesthetic even though they're not nearly as big. That's because aesthetics and size are not the same thing. Most actors don't train to become the biggest person in the room. They train to create proportions. They focus on building a shape that looks powerful, athletic, and sharp from every angle. A physique that looks impressive both shirtless and fully dressed. And one of the biggest reasons their physiques stand out is shoulder width. Wide shoulders completely change the appearance of your body. They create the illusion of a smaller waist. They make your upper body look more dominant. They improve posture. They make your arms look bigger without actually adding inches to them. And they give you that clean V-taper look that almost every guy wants, but very few actually build correctly. The problem is that most people train shoulders terribly. They throw around heavy dumbbells with bad form, turn every exercise into an ego lift, and spend most of their workout focusing on chest and biceps. Then months later, they wonder why their physique still looks narrow and average. The truth is, shoulder development isn't just about lifting heavy. It's about targeting the right muscles properly, especially the side delts and rear delts, because those muscles create width. And today, we're going to focus on exactly that. The first exercise is the leaning dumbbell lateral raise. And honestly, this one alone can completely change the way your shoulders look if you've never done it properly before. Most guys already know about lateral raises. The issue is they perform them standing perfectly upright while swinging weights that are way too heavy. The movement turns into momentum instead of muscle activation. Instead of the side delt doing the work, the traps and the rest of the body start taking over. That's why so many people do lateral raises for years and still never develop capped shoulders. Here's what changes everything. Instead of standing straight up, stand beside a wall, rack, or any stable support and lean slightly away from it. It doesn't need to be dramatic, just enough to shift the angle of the movement. Let your working arm hang naturally with the dumbbell in your hand. From there, raise the weight slowly out to your side. Now, this small adjustment might not look important, but scientifically, it changes the resistance curve of the exercise. Your side delt stays under tension for longer during the movement instead of losing tension at the bottom. That means the muscle is working harder through a greater range of motion. And that's exactly what you want if your goal is growth. Another mistake people make is trying to go too heavy. The side delts are relatively small muscles. They respond incredibly well to controlled repetitions and constant tension. If you're throwing your entire body into the movement, you're defeating the purpose. Slow the movement down. Focus on lifting with your elbows instead of your hands. As you reach the top, slightly tilt your pinky upward like you're pouring water from a jug. This small cue helps increase the contraction in the side delt. Then lower the dumbbell slowly instead of letting gravity take over. That lowering phase matters more than most people realize. Studies consistently show that controlling the eccentric portion of a movement creates more muscle damage and tension, which are major drivers of hypertrophy. And this is where patience becomes important. A lot of people quit on shoulder training because progress feels slow. But shoulders are one of those muscle groups where small improvements make a huge visual difference. Even a little extra width completely changes your silhouette. So don't underestimate consistency here. Do 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Keep the weight manageable. Your ego should not be involved in this exercise. The goal is tension, not swinging. Now let's move to the second exercise, and honestly, this is probably one of the most underrated shoulder exercises ever: face pulls. Most people ignore face pulls because they don't look flashy. You're not pressing huge weight overhead. You're not doing some crazy movement that gets attention in the gym. But if your goal is to actually look better, especially from the side and back, face pulls are incredibly important. This exercise targets the rear delts, upper back, and external rotators of the shoulder, and those muscles play a massive role in posture and shoulder positioning. Here's something most people never think about. Even if you have decent muscle mass, poor posture can completely ruin how your physique looks. If your shoulders are rounded forward all day from sitting, gaming, or using your phone, your frame instantly appears narrower and less athletic. Your chest caves inward, your upper body loses width, and your shoulders stop looking broad. That's where face pulls come in. They strengthen the muscles responsible for pulling your shoulders back into proper alignment. As your posture improves, your entire upper body starts looking more open and powerful. Your shoulders appear wider naturally because they're no longer collapsing forward. And visually, rear delts add depth to your physique in a way front-focused training never can. Most guys hammer chest presses and front delt work constantly, but the rear delts stay underdeveloped. That imbalance creates that rounded forward look. Face pulls help correct it. To perform them properly, set a cable machine to around upper chest or face level and attach a rope handle. Grab the rope with both hands and take a small step back to create tension. Now this part is important. Don't just pull the rope straight toward your chest. Pull it toward your forehead or upper face while keeping your elbows high and flared outward. As you pull, think about separating the rope apart and squeezing your shoulder blades together. At the end of the movement, pause for a second. That squeeze is where the magic happens. Then slowly return to the starting position with control. Again, don't rush through the reps. The people who benefit most from face pulls are the ones who actually focus on muscle engagement instead of mindlessly moving the weight. And if you're someone who struggles with shoulder discomfort during pressing exercises, strengthening the rear delts and upper back can also improve shoulder stability over time. A lot of shoulder pain comes from muscular imbalance and poor mechanics. Do 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps here. Higher reps work really well for rear delts because they respond strongly to volume and controlled tension. Now we move to the third exercise, and this one surprises a lot of people because it doesn't require any equipment at all. Pike push-ups. Most people underestimate bodyweight shoulder exercises because they assume you need heavy weights to build impressive delts. But pike push-ups can be incredibly effective for building shoulder strength and creating that rounded look on top of the shoulders. What makes this exercise powerful is the angle. Traditional push-ups mainly target the chest, but when you shift your body into a pike position, the emphasis moves heavily onto the shoulders, especially the front delts and upper shoulder region. The leaning dumbbell lateral raise builds side delt width and keeps constant tension where it belongs. The face pull develops rear delts while fixing posture and improving upper body alignment. And the pike push-up strengthens the shoulders while adding fullness and stability without needing equipment. 3 exercises, simple movements, but when performed correctly and consistently, they can completely transform how your physique looks. And remember, the goal isn't just to become bigger. The goal is to create balance, shape, and proportions that make your body stand out naturally. Stick with these exercises, stay patient, and give your body time to adapt, because real physiques are not built in one workout or even 1 month. They're built through repetition, discipline, and smart training choices repeated over and over again. But if you stay consistent, those flat shoulders won't stay flat forever. Your frame will widen, your posture will improve, and that aesthetic look you've been chasing will slowly start becoming your reality. If you enjoyed this video and want more science-based fitness content that actually helps you build a better physique without wasting time, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. I'll see you in the next one.